I am Joyce Fields, and don't scroll. If you want to learn how you can develop and maintain a positive attitude, don't scroll. If you want to learn how to increase your own level of patience if you are 10 years old or older, don't scroll. If you want to learn the advantages of staying calm, and don't scroll. If you want to learn the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. I share 4 pillars of advice every live that I do, but every live that I do is different. The 4 pillars are: pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. It's not difficult. Don't forget. Now remember, my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. So it's not difficult to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. And I'll expand on all of that. And then pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars, y'all. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that stuff. I call them the uglies, whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now, these 4 pillars, patience is always a virtue. Oh, thank you. You too, Ian. These 4 pillars, like I said, I am 81 years old. I tell my man frequently that I live a virtually stress-free life. And I have been gifted with the ability to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples. I have been gifted. The universe, or whatever you call your higher power, has gifted all of us. And so I have been gifted, that's one of my gifts, to be able to communicate, thank you, those kinds of things, concepts, philosophies, and all of that, from my mind to y'all's minds. See? So that is my gift. Excuse me. And you will see, I will demonstrate it throughout these 90 minutes now. You know, my lives are 90 minutes. Monday through Friday, 4 a.m., and I usually go until 5:30, 5:35. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to grow my subscribers because subscribing is free here on YouTube. You have to pay to subscribe on TikTok, but subscribing is free. Yeah, so yeah, I said thank you. Yeah, so now the 4 pillars, like I was saying, I live a virtually stress-free life, and I tell my man that all the time. And I have been gifted with the ability to be able to transfer or communicate how I do it from my mind to y'all's minds. And, oh, thank you. So, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here is the way you do it. Think about this now, y'all. There are only 2 attitudes. that you can have. Just 2. You ever think about that? Only 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it. That is it. Now, I'm 81 years old, and I live the advice that I share with y'all. I know that it works. Here is what I have observed. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice that you deliberately make, it's a choice that you on purpose make. It is a choice that you consciously make. So if you don't deliberately choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude, or you will lean towards the negative attitude. So now on here on my lives, if you put in a whole lot of lines of text, I'm not going to read that. I don't have time to read all of these comments that are so lengthy. You know, I'll just respond if you just write something in relationship to what I'm talking about. You know, I don't want to. People that come on my lives come on because they want to hear the advice that I share. So now, I've been getting a lot of trolls here on YouTube. I didn't get that many on TikTok, but I can deal with that. My whole thing is this. Trolls are, yeah, I didn't even read it. Thanks, Shells. Trolls they live a very sad existence. I feel sorry for trolls. That's y'all's word. You know, I never heard that word. I'm 81 years old. I never heard that word before maybe a year or 2 ago. So trolls live a very sad existence. I feel sorry for them. And I have had trolls to apologize. I had a troll apologize at the last live that I did, because then the troll said, and it's usually men, usually guys, he said he wanted to hear what I have to say, so he apologized. And what he said was, I apologize because I want to hear what you have to say. So I've had trolls apologize before, but you live a very sad existence when you deliberately want to insult or be cruel to anybody. You know, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts. So you need to be doing things that'll make the universe proud of you. Think about that. Don't do ugly things to other people. You're going to pay for that. So enough about the trolls. I don't expect for it to stop. Maybe it'll slow down. But, okay, so here's a lot of them. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm helping you to remove these people, Shells. Okay, so, all right. Okay. I'm just looking at some of these comments here. So that's what I'm saying. I would like for people on my lives to be very serious about the advice that I share. So I'm going to continue sharing the advice. Shelster, you're very busy getting rid of the trolls. So YouTube keeps you busy, that's for sure. So now I don't do politics and I don't do religion on my lives. I can't stand either one, okay? So I say, I think they're both bad especially for people's minds. So therefore, I don't do that. I'm sure you're seeing some that I've already. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So now, like I told y'all, there are only 2 attitudes that you can have. Just 2. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it. Now, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and it is a deliberate choice that you must make, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude, or you will lean towards the negative attitude. You see? So, now, negative attitude, positive attitude. I coined this quote many lives ago to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas, if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. So, which do you prefer? Do you want to suffer consequences or do you want to receive rewards? Increase the chances for either one. See, with that negative attitude, you're going to increase your chances for receiving negative stuff. Most all of y'all have heard about life is like a boomerang. What you put out is what comes back to you. What you put out is what comes back to you. It's like a positive attitude. You put out positive, positive comes back. You put out positive, positive comes back. You put out positive, positive comes back. It's like I'm doing this in the space where y'all can see it on the phone, but this, I call it a conveyor belt because you're putting out positive and positive is coming back to you. It's a conveyor belt, you see? And I'm only doing it this way because so y'all can see that it's a conveyor belt. But this conveyor belt is as big as the universe. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, almost nothing, I can't think of anything that has come from a negative, anything good that has come from a negative attitude. You see? So it's really, really worth having a positive attitude. A positive attitude takes effort, it takes energy. I'm not reading these long comments, y'all, so don't bother writing any long comments. I'm not reading them. I can see that they're long comments and I'm not reading them. I am busy sharing the advice that I share. So y'all are wasting your time if you put in any long comments because I'm not reading them. I am sharing the advice that I have to share, the 4 pillars. I'm on pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. But I will be removing people. Okay. I'm gonna get rid. Okay, Chelsea, I don't know how we're gonna coordinate this, but I can remove some too. Okay, so I'll be busy doing that. Good morning. So now, positive attitude. That's what I was telling you. In order to develop and maintain a positive attitude, all you have to do is write a program. And when you write a program, you say it out loud. And here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. That is the program that you write. You say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Michael. I totally agree. But me and Shelster are trying to control them and take them on out of here when they do it, you know. So, positive attitude. That's the only way to go. You write the program and say it out loud. A lot of people will say, you say it in your mind. I don't say that. You say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that's using one element, y'all. You're saying it in your mind only. When you say it out loud, that is 3 elements. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see, That's 3 elements as opposed to 1. So say it out loud. And not only that, when you say it out loud, you get an opportunity to spread positivity because this is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. People will say, "Oh, I'd like you to do that as well." So you're going to be able to help other people too, okay? So here's what you say. Again, from now on, that means from now on, I don't care where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, where it was yesterday, day before, last week, whatever. What this program says from now on, that means from this point forward. You see? From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, if I would want to what, Shells? Okay, I'll wait for the rest of it. So that's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Mean it. Put your feet on the path to do just that, to develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I'm going to give you a lot more information, a lot more. Okay, I told you I don't want religion or nothing else. I don't talk about the Lord. No, no religion, no politics. So now, here is the program, like I said. You can write any kind of a program to change your behavior. All you have to do is say it out loud. Now, a lot of y'all don't know that you may have a negative attitude. You may lean towards a negative attitude. I'm going to read you a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. Okay, now, here are the words. They also, these words kind of describe personality traits, personality characteristics, and if any of these fit your personality, you don't give up hope because, like I said, choose to have a positive attitude. You can choose to have a positive attitude at any point in your life, any minute in your life, any minute of the day. You can say, I am going to be working, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I don't have to have anything to do with it. You can say that after this live is over. You can change your mind to have a positive attitude. Here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, ego. That's the last word, is ego. Now back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are angry, who are full of anger? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment, people who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm going to come back up to that one, but I'm going to move on to lies and dishonesty. How about, do you know people who lie, people who are dishonest? Are you the one? Are you the one who lies, who is dishonest? Now, if you're on here with ridiculous stuff, all you're going to do is be removed. You know, that. So if you don't want to hear the advice that I have to share, And you need to just move on, because all you're going to do is we're going to remove you, either my moderators or I will. So you're wasting your time here, and I don't think you should go to any other place, any other person's live and do this. So that's really ridiculous. So I just feel sorry for people who do that kind of stuff. It's just so sad. It's such a sad existence. Okay, so now, resentment and holding grudges. Oh, lies and dishonesty. I was on that one. Do you know people who lie, who are dishonest? Are you the one who is a liar, who is dishonest? Good. I'm glad you are. So that is negative. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges, I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard before, and that is this. You are living in the past. You understand me? You are living in the past. You are holding on to something that happened. Past tense. You're holding on to it. There is nothing the people that did that to you that they can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to change it. You must forgive them. You absolutely must forgive them. It doesn't matter who it was or what they did. It must be forgiven. They must be forgiven. You must forgive, because what you are doing is damaging you. You're not punishing them. All of these ugly words, anger, resentment, guilt, regret, lies, holding grudges, dishonesty, all of those. When you have those kinds of characteristics, if you hold on to those characteristics, you are creating an internal, invisible burden on your spirit, on your whole soul. Yes, so that is what you're doing, damage to yourself. There are people who say forgive and forget. I say, hell no. You don't ever forget, but you must forgive, but you never, ever forget. You keep it on the back burner on the stove. That way it won't happen to you again. You would be an idiot, a fool, to forget what happened. So don't ever forget, but you must forgive. Now, you forgive for your sake. What I told you is when you carry resentment, and when you carry grudges, it creates an internal, invisible burden on your spirit, on your soul. Now, I'm going to give you 4 examples in a few minutes of what it is to forgive and what happens when you forgive. Now, I'm 81 years old. There was no such thing as text messages, no such thing as email. Okay. And no such thing as video calls, none of that kind of stuff. So you can use any of those technologies to forgive people. You can text them, you can email them, whatever. But if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, not ever in your life, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. You heard that correctly. And I'm going to be proving it pretty soon. Okay. So, Jared, that's your opinion. You're gone. So now, I told you you can say it out loud to the universe. Now, also, when you forgive somebody, that means you forgive them, but that doesn't mean that you have to go back into their life or they come back into yours, you see? So you can do that though. But if all parties agree that you want to continue the relationship, that's fine. But if you don't want to continue the relationship, then, like I said, you can say it out loud to the universe. You understand? So the universe was there when the mess happened to you, whatever you call your higher power. And even if you're atheist, you got to believe that something puts breath into your body, makes you, able to take your next breath. So, but whatever you believe in, that higher power was there when the mess happened to you. It knows what happened to you. You understand? And I always add this because people today don't seem to be living in such a way as they don't understand that the higher power, or whatever you call it, I call it God, I call it the universe, whatever you call it, oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I would agree, Kyle. So thanks. Whatever you call it, it was there. It saw what happened. And right now, today, you got to understand and realize that the higher power, whatever you call it, sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts. Now, I say this every live that I do, and it typically shakes up some people. And here is the question to you. When I just said that, and I'm going to repeat it, the higher power, or whatever you call it, your supreme being, it sees everything you do, it hears everything you say, and it can read your thoughts, or reads your thoughts. You see? So did that shake anybody up? Did that bring anybody to the realization, but put it into the forefront of your mind that you're going to change what you do, and change what you say, and change what you think? Okay, yeah, I'm going to demonstrate it. Yeah. So now, here is what you say out loud. And I don't care who's around you, because you can spread positivity. Here's what you say: Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Use your hand as well. Now, I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. And I've done over 500 TikTok lives. My first live here on YouTube, I did it on Monday, September 1st. So this is my 12th YouTube live. Like I told you, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. And if you're on TikTok, check out my page. It's J, the letter J, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. My moderators would send me screenshots of the comments and compliments that people would make about my lives, and I posted them on my page. So I have a lot of content on my page. I still am on TikTok. I post every day, but I do my lives here on YouTube. TikTok was going to change, not only was going to, but TikTok has changed the community guidelines and stuff. And so I didn't feel like it was fair, and so I stopped doing my lives on TikTok. But I still post at least twice, 2 things every day. So, but I only do my lives here on YouTube. So now, when I used my hand to say that out loud to the universe, it symbolizes touching the universe. It symbolizes touching spirit, you see? So here's what you say, again, out loud. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. Okay? Now, here I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. The first example was a young lady who said she forgave her dad that way. And she immediately burst into tears. Yeah, thanks, Kyle. The second young lady said she forgave herself that way. And you can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did or heard what you said. You can forgive yourself. And she burst into tears. She immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man who said he forgave and he felt a shift in his spirit. So those are 3 people. Now, like I was telling y'all earlier, and I'm going to get to the fourth example. That's really a doozy, a humdinger, the fourth example. I was telling y'all that when you hold on to resentment or you hold grudges against other people, you create an invisible internal burden on your own soul, on your own spirit. You see? That is why they immediately burst into tears. That is why the young man felt his spirit shift, because it's what Shelster calls a pressure release valve. When you forgive, you release the pressure of carrying that resentment, those grudges, and here's what happens. That's why they cried. That's why he felt his spirit shift. You're carrying a burden that you probably don't even know you're carrying. And also, when you carry resentment and you hold grudges against other people, it can put you into bad health. It can put you on pharmaceutical medications. When you look around you, just look around you at people that you know are full of resentment, or people that you know are holding grudges. In a lot of cases, they are on pharmaceutical medications. They are not aging gracefully. All of this of negative attitude and resentment, all of that is a part of having a negative attitude. Now I'm going to read y'all some words that will help you to develop yourselves into people who have positive attitudes. Here are the words: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, faith. Those words. So anytime, if you have a lot of those negative traits, then you can choose to develop and maintain a positive attitude. You see? Yes. All right, I'm removing somebody here. Oh, you may have already done it, Shelster. I don't preach. I just share the advice. I'm 81 years old. I live the advice that I share with all of y'all. I live it. I know that it works. So now I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Or after I tell you how you write the program. When you choose to have a positive attitude, and it is a conscious choice that you have to make. When you choose to have that, then all kinds of portals and positive things start happening to you and for you. So now I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard me correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This is what a negative attitude looks like. These are people who say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Okay? So now, in the meantime, now this is a helpful hand visual. I do these helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. In the meantime, all of this is positive elements flying through the universe. Positive elements are flying through the universe at all times, y'all, constantly. But they always, you hear me, y'all? They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? That's all of this is positive stuff flying over their heads. But when you write the program, when you say these words out loud, here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you absolutely mean those words, you write that program and mean it. Here's what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. You see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psychic. You raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. You see? Yes, that is what happens. Did I convey that accurately? Did I do that clearly so y'all understood it? You saw how all of that positive stuff was flying over your head because you're down in the dumps and you have a negative attitude, and you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Kyle. Anybody else? Wonderful. Thanks, Michael. Okay, anybody else? Sandman, wonderful. See, I told you that's my gift. I do these helpful hand visuals, and Spirit gives them to me. Okay, that's okay. It can't be 100%. I'm okay with that. So Spirit gives them to me, and one of my viewers in one of the lives that I did this year, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. And so that's why I call them helpful hand visuals. I use my hands as well as the words coming out of my mouth, and it conveys messages, philosophies, concepts, all of that from my mind to y'all's mind, okay? To a lot of y'all's minds. So some people I don't reach, and I'm okay with that. So, yeah. So the ones who I do reach, that's beautiful. That is my goal. Okay. So now, I read y'all the words. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Here is, you probably never been asked this before. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Question. Now, I only want people who respond with no, because some people have been on my lives and they already know what a ratio is. So you can just sit there and smile because you already know. But those people who say no, those are the ones that I want to address this to. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? Okay, good. Thank you, IFT Pigeons. Okay. Okay, come on. And more? I think so, IFT Pigeons. So, okay. Now, a ratio, I'm going to explain what it is, how you use it, and everything you need to know about a ratio. A ratio is A very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat that. Good afternoon. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. You control your ratio. You set your own ratio. It is adjustable. Only you can control it. Only you can set it. It's adjustable. If you have it too high, you can lower it. If you have it too low, you can raise it. Oh yeah, I'm going to definitely give you a demonstration. So I'm going to give you a demonstration by telling you what my ratio is, okay? So now y'all got that part. The ratio, excuse me, it's a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. No, I didn't say that 14 minutes ago. You are totally wrong. Okay, so now my ratio is 80-20. I don't own it. You can use 80-20 as well. 80-20. That means 80% of the time I am very happy being in a positive attitude mode. 20% of the time I can be, I didn't say I was happy, but I can be in the negative attitude mode. 80-20. Some of the people on my lives have chosen 75-25. Some have chosen 60-40. Doesn't matter. You can choose whatever ratio you want. But again, I said you can raise it if you think it's too low, or you can lower it if you think it's too high. So 80-20 is mine. That means that 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and I told y'all how you write programs. 80% of the time, I do what is kind, what is right, what is fair, what is considerate, all of those wonderful, positive virtues, okay? 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode, but that negative attitude mode can never include, and it's going to be the same for you. Whatever your negative attitude mode portion of your ratio you set, it can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. It can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And it can never include, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I was happy to do that because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So you cannot use an ugly tone of voice when you're dealing with other people. You see? So as long as that negative part of your ratio, thank you, does not involve physical abuse, that means you cannot hit anybody. If you're hitting people, you better stop, because you can't have a positive attitude like that. You can't throw things, okay? So then the second one is you cannot be verbally abusive to anybody. You can't insult anybody. And the third one is you cannot use an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So as long as you are in that negative ratio, that negative part of your ratio, as long as you don't involve those three things, you're fine. You cannot do those three things though, you see? Okay, so now, Told you about the ratio. Now I'm also going to tell y'all how you can change any behavior that you have. You have. You cannot change other people's behaviors. That's what I think is wrong with a lot of relationships these days. People are trying to change people's behaviors, okay? So, now, I'm going to show you how you can change any behavior that you have by writing a program. And I'm going to tell you what happened on one of my previous lives several weeks ago. This young lady, well, let me think here. I'm going to tell you I'll tell you that example after I tell you how you can change any behavior that you have. So, you write a program, you say it out loud, and I'm going to give you a false scenario of a behavior that I did. You know, it is not true. But I'm showing you how you write a program to change a behavior that you have. You can't change other people's behaviors. So here's the scenario, which is not true. I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't want to eat 12 cookies every day. That's the scenario. Here is the program that I write to overcome that behavior, okay? Now, I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and I eat 10 cookies, and the next days and weeks and months, whatever, and I'm still eating 10 cookies. Now, using my ratio, oh, that's good. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I got to take a screenshot of that. My man is asleep, but he loves it when I read these screenshots to him. So, using my ratio, 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12. You see? So that is why your ratio helps you to better control your life. So use that example. You can take that and put it on any other behavior that you have. I just used that one. Now I'm going to tell you what I was going to tell you before I told you, okay? So there was a young lady on one of my lives, and she put in the comment, and it's on my page on TikTok. I still post to TikTok every day. She put in the comment, she said, I used to eat, she had a eating disorder. I'm trying to get it all back together. I used to eat 6 meals a day. Now, no, then it went to 5, then 4. And when she wrote the comment, she said, and now I'm at 3 meals a day because of Joyce's advice. Or she may have said because of her advice, okay? So that is how you can use this writing a program out loud on any behavior that you have. So it doesn't work for 100% of the people. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So it doesn't work for 100% of the people. So most of the time, I would say at least 80% of the time, it'll work for you. All right? So just try it and see if it works for you. Now, let me think here. I've told you about the ratio. I told you how you write a program. I told you how you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here is the program that you write. You say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Mean it. It is a choice that you make. You choose to have a positive attitude. Okay? So, now Spirit came to me, and you have to have a positive attitude in order for Spirit to come to you. You have to have a positive attitude in order for inner peace to come to you. Positive attitude will open up so many wonderful things in your life. Okay? Thank you. You're very welcome. Positive attitude. Spirit came to me in the month of June and said, there is such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? There is such a thing as outer peace. Now, Spirit said, inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Once you get inner peace, and you have to have a positive attitude to get it, it attaches to your soul. It attaches to your spirit. It can never be disturbed. It can never be destroyed. Outer peace, Spirit said, outer peace can be disturbed. It can be destroyed. There's such a thing on the books as, with the cops, with law enforcement, disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people for disturbing the peace. That is your outer peace. Let's say, and I always use these two examples. Let's say you are trying to go to sleep or you're studying. Oh, thank you, Erminator. Good to have you here. So you're trying to study or you're trying to go to sleep, and somebody's making noise, either in the same room or in the next room or downstairs or upstairs or across the street or wherever. Okay? That is disturbing. That's your outer peace. You see? Now, speaking of that, outer peace can be disturbed, it can be destroyed. So, does that make sense to y'all? Inner peace and outer peace. Come on, that made some sense to some of y'all, I would hope. Come on, give me some response, okay? Come on. Give me some responses, y'all. Good. Good. Wonderful. See, outer peace can be disturbed. So now, if anybody in your family is doing things that disturb, thank you, Michael. If anybody in your family is doing things that disturb your peace, and it's your outer peace, unless you have inner peace. So I can't speak on that. You will know if you have inner peace. If you have inner peace, nothing upsets you. Nothing, you can get upset, but nothing makes you angry if you have inner peace. You can't be angered by what people say or do. You understand that? Nothing gets you angry. So now, if anybody in your family, and it's usually your family that's doing stuff to disturb your peace. Yeah, that's right, IFT. So here's what I suggest you do. Always do things with kindness and with love and diplomacy. So now this is your family. And you say, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, okay, I'm going to tell you how you can get it, for real. That disturbs my peace. They are not obligated to change their behavior now, y'all. But you're obligated to tell people, and that includes your mama, nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. You see? So now, I'm going to tell you how you deal with that kindly. So when you tell them that, and I'm going to deal with your mama separately after I deal with your family. Well, not that your mama ain't your family, but okay. So when you tell them that, you said that I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Give them enough time to change their behavior if they're going to. They're not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that, okay? So now, if they don't change their behavior, then that gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say, now I told y'all that I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when y'all do such and such, did I say or do? That disturbs my peace. Now I told y'all, and y'all are still doing it, and y'all are still saying it. So that leaves me no choice. I absolutely must. And I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, I must feed y'all with a long handled spoon. Option 2, I must love y'all from a distance. Option 3, I must stop coming around y'all. You see? So, you are perfectly within your rights to do that. Don't be around people who disturb your peace. You are damaging your own integrity. So now, if it's your mama, remember all of these things takes place after you write that program and say it out loud. Here's what you write and here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Yes, you see? So here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are getting your peace disturbed. So you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I really and truly do. But when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Thank you. So some mamas will say, what peace? Or some mamas will say, you ain't got no peace. Leave mama alone. When you wrote that program, when you said, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. You see, your mama is still down here doing that same behavior, but you are no longer on this frequency. You are no longer on this vibration. Okay? You have raised your frequency. You have raised your vibration. You are now able to look at her behavior and understand that it no longer bothers you because you raised your vibration. You raised your frequency. It can't reach you. You see? So now, the thing is this. Do not allow anybody, y'all use this word trigger. Somebody on one of my lives said, I'm not a gun. I don't have a trigger. That's what they said. And I totally agree. You don't have triggers. And if you do, you're being manipulated. People will, if they find whatever makes you mad, y'all call it a trigger. I don't use those kinds of words. So if they find that, then they can make you mad anytime they choose. So don't give people that kind of power. You choose when you get angry, and I hope that you don't even do it. Anger is a waste of time. Anger is a waste of energy, good energy. So don't allow yourself to get angry. That means, let's say you say, she made me say that, or he made me do that. So who controls your lips? Who controls your tongue? Who controls your vocal cords? Only you. Who controls your fists? Who controls your arm that allows you to swing? Only you. So I would like for everybody on my live to understand that nobody makes you say anything and nobody makes you do anything. You control what comes out of your mouth. You control your muscles that cause you to hit anything. Yes. So that's one of the things that I sure want y'all to take away from my live. Stop allowing anger to overtake you. It doesn't prove anything. And I'm going to get more into that a little bit later in pillar number 3. I'm still on pillar number 1, y'all. Okay, so now that's pillar number 1. I think I finished it. I just finished pillar number 1. And also, I wanted to tell y'all, when anybody says something negative to you and you say something negative back, then you are contributing to the negative level in this world. Oh, good. Thank you. Happy I found this channel. I'm happy you found it too. I'm trying to increase my subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers in order to bring people up as guests. I'm trying to increase my, I think I had like almost 300 now. I have to get 1,000. So I'm working on it. I'm a very patient person. All right, so now, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, anger. I was saying I'm going to talk more about that in pillar number 3. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's anger. I told you about your ratio. I told you how you write a program in order to develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I'm telling you now, all you have to do is write this program, say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Mean it, put your feet on the path to do that, and just recognize the good things that are going to start happening to you and for you. Positive attitude. And you can choose to have it at any minute of your life. Choose, okay? Oh, thank you, IFT. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So now, I'm going to tell y'all, me and my man, his name is Pap. Thank you. PAP. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. Thank you. We have been together for 68 years, since we were both 13 years old. He'll be 82 on the 22nd of this month. And I just turned 81. Oh my goodness. I am so happy to be 81. I turned 81 on February 4th. Yeah, so don't be dreading y'all's age. You're blessed to live to be whatever age you are, okay? So, 81. So, we have been together for 68 years, since we were both 13 years old. And I'm going to show y'all this picture. This is, we were 25 years old. This is 1969. We were 25 years old. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know I am, honey. I know I am. Now, this picture I'm getting ready to show y'all now was our 57th wedding anniversary. Oh, Lord have mercy. Fred, thank you. Okay. All right. So this is our 57th wedding anniversary. And we are both, what are we, 80? Yeah, 80 years old. I'm 81. That was last year. Duh. My math ain't good, y'all. Okay. Here we are, 80 years old. Last year on our wedding anniversary, June 3rd. Okay. Now, this is what I like to do. I show the passage of time. 25 and 80, y'all. I just love this. Yeah. I just love this. Yes. Oh, I wrote a book about it, y'all. Here. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. It's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. It's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. He says that I am an incredible cook. And so I've got 22 pages of my own recipes. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. Okay? So that is I wrote this book because in 1957, I was 13 years old. And 13, 14, 15, all the way up, into the teens. So the females in our village, and we really did have a village, y'all, they schooled us on how to deal with relationships, what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. So this was 1957. I didn't write this book until 2008. And I wrote it because I was seeing, yeah, you will. If you're hoping, you probably will. I was seeing so many females doing and saying things that we were told not to do or say. Like fronting your man off in public or in not only just in public, around other people, And I've been seeing a whole lot of that. And then on page two says, based on my 50 plus years of observation, it's now been 60 plus years of observation, I would say that 80% of the success of a relationship rests on the shoulders of the woman. This book explains why. Yes, that's based on what I have observed. And if you start looking around you, you will be observing, if you open your eyes and see things differently, you will start observing things differently. So this book, y'all, I put a thing on social media, and it says, if you get this book, if your answer is yes to any of the following questions: are you starting a new relationship? If the answer is yes, get this book. Does your relationship need a boost, a healthy boost? If the answer is yes, get this book. Are you recently married or know someone who is? If the answer is yes, get this book. Are you getting married or know someone who is? If the answer is yes, get this book. Or the last question is, do you love a good read? If the answer is yes, get this book. Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Josh. Oh, Jaron, sorry about that. I just saw it was a J. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand that sentiment. So thank you. So that's the book that I wrote on relationships. Go to goodshortbooks.com. There are, the link is in my profile, y'all. There are 11 nonfiction, y'all. All of these books are nonfiction. My sister wrote one, and I wrote 10. Oh, thank you, Fred. I appreciate that. I want to do a screenshot of that. Yeah, my man, Pap, loves for me to read these screenshots. So now that is pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do it. You do it by writing a program. Oh, I come on Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Have you subscribed? I'm trying to build my subscribers. I need a lot. I need 1,000 subscribers, y'all. And this is only my 11th YouTube live. So I need 1,000 subscribers before I can have people come up as guests. And that's one of the things that I do. But here on YouTube, you got to have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, all of y'all. So increase your level of patience. Oh, I'm going to keep going. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate the vote of confidence, too. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, 2- and 3-year-olds, teach them patience. When they ask for a cookie, tell them, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for subscribing. I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer and give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times, still on the timer, 5 minutes. Move it to 10 minutes, still on the timer. Use the timer all the way through, okay? Thanks, Amanda. And all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, for real. Now, it's a wonderful blessing to have a patient toddler, to have a patient 5-year-old, to know that you have contributed a patient person to this world. Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can show your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So some of y'all would probably be interested in doing just that. So I am going to take a sip of my tea and I'll count to 10 while I'm sipping, and it'll give you time to get a piece of paper and something to write with. Okay? So now, excuse me, I'm drinking my tea. I'll come back and tell you. Okay, you got paper and something to write with? On that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now. Put that paper away. And then at some point later, I don't care how much time passes, it can be 20 minutes, 30, I think it should be at least 20 minutes. So, it's, try to guess the time it is at that point. You see? So do that many times during the day. I've been doing it for years. I don't need paper and something to write with. And you won't either if you keep doing it. Ah, wow, okay. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that one as well, that mother's dozen. So when you do that several times a day, you will not be shocked anymore when you see what time it is. One of the people on my live, she said she jumped when she sees what time it is. So that exercise will lead you, guide you into feeling time. You will feel elapsed time. Yeah. So do that. Now, if you are raising toddlers, here's a book that I recommend for you. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. Got a new baby boy. Mom won't let him sleep alone. Is that a problem? It's a big problem. Oh my God. No, that ain't. Ooh. That's teaching dependency up the yang yang. No, you don't do that. Okay, so I had it translated into Spanish. Madre docena. Oh yeah, I just told him. I told him no, Jaron. I told him no. So here I had it translated into Spanish. Madre docena. So, but now, this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. All right. So now, and I talk about this book when I'm talking about increase your level of patience, because Mother's Dozen, I say 12 ingredients. And the 12th ingredient right here is patience. I'm going to read you the 12 ingredients. Quickly, I'm going to read them. 1, start from infancy. 2, manners. 3, love for learning. 4, responsibility. 5, rules, order, and organization. 6, independence. 7, spirituality or a higher power. 8, affection. 9, discipline or self-control. 10, feed interests. 11, obedience. And 12, patience. Patience. That's why I talk about patience in this pillar number 2. Now, one of the mistakes that people make when they bring home a new baby, they adjust their lives for the baby. You don't do that. You don't adjust your life for the baby. The baby adjusts to the way you live. Now, if you have the TV unnecessarily loud or music playing so loud, it's just ridiculous, yeah, you lower it. But the baby adjusts to the way you live your life. If you adjust to the way the baby is, you're going to find yourself adjusting to the way the baby is when the baby is 15, 16, 17, 20, 30, 40. Okay? That's the way it starts. You got to stop them, like my late mother-in-law used to say, while they're on stopping ground. You don't allow, you teach independence. The job of parents is to raise children to stand on their own 2 feet. A child without chores is going to be a problem. Let's say when the child gets to be like 3 or 4, get this book. It'll guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Give your kids chores, responsibilities. How do you think they're going to handle responsibilities when they get older? You don't wait until they get 15 and then try to do that. I've heard one woman, her son is 23 years old, and she's trying to get him to take out the garbage. That started when he was, let's say, maybe 7. You can have him take out a little bitty garbage can. So okay, there's enough on that. But you have to train them for the way you want them to be in the world. Now, one of the things that I did, I raised my son with his wife or woman or partner in mind. I didn't want them to be saying, "Whoa, what ways did your mama raise you? You don't even know how to do this. You don't even know how to." No, he knows how to do everything. He did his own washing and ironing when he was 10 years old. I taught him how to do that. I never did it again for him when he was 10 years old. He had to do everything around the house. When I told him, when you don't work and you don't bring money into the house, yes, you teach them while they are young, then you have to do most of the work that has to be done around the house. And even when you are working and bringing money into the house, you still have work to do around the house. I worked every day. His daddy worked every day. I did the grocery shopping, helped him with his homework and cooked, all of that. His daddy maintained the cars, showed him the ways of a man and all of that. So he did the vacuuming, the washing the dishes, shoveling the snow, cutting the grass, everything around the house. He had to do that. That is how they learn how to work hard. You work them hard when they're young, they'll come up with that. Okay, so enough on that, okay? So now when you're 10 years old or older, the way you teach yourself patience is you make yourself wait. Yes, we had chores too. Make yourself wait, and you say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I don't read those long comments, so don't bother typing them in, okay? I don't read those long comments. They take up too much of my time. So you're 10 years old or older, make yourself wait and say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. That's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. Especially if it's something that you were fiending for, make yourself wait. You understand? Just make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait, also, if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification, you have to make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's a fabulous thing to have happen to you, because it means that you are stronger than it was, and you always were. But make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. It's really simple. Control. Take control of you. Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Yeah, good, Carmen. Pillar number 3, stay calm. I was telling y'all earlier about don't be getting angry. Yes, that's what it does too. Don't get angry. Nothing is worth getting angry for. So now, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose that power when you get angry, when you get frustrated or aggravated. You see? Pillar number 3, stay calm. In one of my lives this year, Spirit came to me. Spirit comes to me all the time and said to use the word neurons. I had never, ever used the word neurons. I have done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I did my last TikTok live on August 29th, last week or a couple of weeks ago. Thank you. Same to you. And told me to use the word neurons. I had never used the word neurons, but I had a vague knowledge of neurons are part of the brain. And I have since learned that neurons travel in straight lines. They travel in straight lines, but they still communicate, with each other, and they do all kinds of things, but I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. They travel in straight lines. When you are angry, here's what your neurons are doing. Oh, this is way. Here, I was saying they travel in straight lines. I'm doing it this way. You see? So they travel in straight lines. So when you're angry, they're doing like this. Yeah. You see? I don't preach. I share. I share the advice that I live. I'm 81 years old. I've been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. Okay? I know it works. Okay. Yes, Shells. Thanks, Shells. So now, neurons. So that was during my live between 4 and 5:15 a.m. Around 7 or 8 p.m. that same night, honest to goodness, y'all, Spirit came back to me. Spirit came back to me and said, look up what neurons do. I said, okay. I don't know if I can't remember ever getting a complete direct order from Spirit, but it said, look up what neurons do. I obeyed. So I Googled it. And here's what Google says. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. So that is why you cannot think straight when you are upset, when you are angry. That is why you cannot make good decisions when you are upset or angry or anything like that. Good morning. That is why you can't make good choices. So think about your neurons. The next time you become angry or start to feel yourself becoming angry, remember your neurons. Remember your neurons. Let them be going like this, like this, like this, not like this. You see? Did that helpful hand visual help y'all? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I got 32 people on here. Give me some responses. Yes. Oh, thank you, Fred. Spread the word, Fred, and everybody on my live here. I would love to reach a whole lot more people. The title of my live is Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult your life. And y'all are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. Yeah. Okay, thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. Hey, Shelster. Thank you. So, now, that's the third pillar. Stay calm, y'all. You got to remember, there's no value in anger. What do you get from it? Huh? What do you get from being angry? Bad health, that's one of the things. Headaches and all. I ain't never had a headache in my life. I'm 81 years old. Never had a headache in my life. My mama never had a headache in her life. She had 7 babies, and 2 of us never had a headache. I'm the oldest of 7. And my brother Kenny, he's 75. He's never had a headache in his life, and I've never had a headache in mine. No value in anger. Yes, you got that right. So don't even go there. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, all right. Now, the 4th pillar, y'all, there are 4 pillars. The 4th pillar is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower, thank you, your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. And those 4 words are, oh, I don't do religion. You're going to be removed. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. I'm going to say it again. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. Nothing. No situation, no scenario. Nothing. So, we even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last year and she passed yesterday. Nothing is permanent in this life. So the next time you're getting chewed out by your mama, the next time you're getting chewed out by your daddy, they cannot read your mind. They cannot read your mind. So sit there or stand there getting chewed out, but be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Thanks, Shells. You see? Yeah. Yes, so this too shall pass, y'all. Remember the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told y'all how you do that. You write a program. You say it out loud, and I don't care who's around you. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And mean it. And you can make that decision, that choice, any time, any minute of your life. You can choose to have a positive attitude. And it is definitely a choice that you have to make. So, and the program says, from now on, that means doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago, yesterday, last week. It says from now on, from this point forward. So don't even allow people to say, oh, you used to be. No, well, that's used to be. You said the magic word, used to be. I ain't no more, okay? So silence them, the naysayers. Pillar number 2, increase your own level of patience. I told you how to do that if you're raising toddlers. Put yourself on the timer, get that toddler ask for a cookie. I told you that whole scenario. I recommended this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Makes a wonderful gift for expectant parents or for people who are raising toddlers, okay? Then I told you how you increase your own level of patience if you are 10 years old or older. You do that by writing a program, saying it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. And if you are fiending for something, you make yourself wait. If you normally would have given yourself immediate gratification, you make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that is really a good sign for you. Okay, so now, pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. So incorporate all of those pillars into your life and watch it undifficult itself because of your efforts in order to have a positive attitude. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live and spread the word. I'm trying to increase my subscribers. I have to get 1,000 in order to bring people up as guests. Hey, Idaho. Okay, that's your choice, not mine. Not mine. I don't believe in religion. I talk to God all day, and God ain't got no religion. I have no use for religion whatsoever. So now this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By, it's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Okay. I coined my first quote. It's 167 quotes that I coined, by the way. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. Yep. I don't remember saying it, and I didn't know I was coining a quote. But here's a quote that I coined, and I did know that I was coining a quote, and I remember saying it. This is a quote that I coined in 2011 or 13. It was for a calendar contest. There was a quote contest, but it was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. And I coined this quote and then submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. I post this quote to social media, and I want to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die, I know that, Shelster, chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Yeah, okay. So chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can. And you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. But do chase your dream, or dreams in some cases. Thank you. Thanks, Fred. I got to get a screenshot of that. I think I got it. Yeah, I did. Okay. So chase your dreams, people. Don't die with your dream not even being chased. Now, the way this book is formatted is 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Now, I want to give y'all a taste of what these quotes are like. So just throw out some page numbers. This is a 90-page book. This is what's on page 90, the end. So pages 6 to 89, 2 quotes per page. I'll read the page, the 2 quotes on that page. All right, page 89 for Kyle. At the top of page 89, an ill-behaved child is not of his or her own making. At the bottom of page 89, no one can read your mind. It's safe to think before you speak. Okay, at page 69 for the Bronx. Page 69, at the top of page 69, follow your own advice, which I do. At the bottom of page 69, don't waste your time wanting more for others than they want for themselves. Can y'all live by those quotes? Page 11 for Carmen. At the top of page 11, oh, that's page 11. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. At the bottom of page 11, a marriage license is not a certificate of ownership. Yes. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, any more page numbers? Oh, good. Good, Michael. All right. I want to thank y'all for joining my live and spread the word. Help me to, thank you for the responses. I appreciate that. Help me to spread the word. If you got anything out of the advice that I share, you can do a video or do a post telling people what you got out of the advice that I shared. So I will be back tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, Fred, and everybody else. I appreciate y'all's time. Y'all could be anywhere else, so you chose to be here with me, and thank you very much. I'm here Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific, and I usually go from 4 to 5:30. See, it's 5:37 right now, so I'll come back tomorrow, y'all. Come back. Bring somebody else with you. I'm just trying to share all the advice that I live, you know. I'm 81 years old. My name is Joyce Fields. And thank you, Joyce, for your wisdom. Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate it. I live the advice that I share with y'all. I know that it works. So check out the books at goodshortbooks.com, y'all. They will inspire you, they will delight you, they will entertain you, they will motivate you, they will encourage you. 9 different genres, 11 books in 9 different genres, all nonfiction. My sister wrote 1 and I wrote 10. So thank y'all, and I hope you'll go and check out the books. They are flying off the shelves because people were coming on to my lives and they are learning about the books. So when I do lives, I say I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place, and I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. Thank you. Thanks, Fred, and everybody. I hope to see y'all. Well, I don't see y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. I hope that all of y'all will join me tomorrow and bring some more folks. I love doing this. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Later, y'all.